So today, this is a very important day for us because I think we're starting something that hopefully will have a big impact going forward in this country. The way in which we've been thinking about it was, what is the societal impact we can have? And how can we do things at scale that are truly, truly transformational in the way in which commerce is done, business is done, and people lift themselves up to become business people that can be very, very successful. There's a number of things we could do. We could throw a bit of money in and walk away. You know, that's quite easy to do. But I think we thought of a different way in which we could approach this. Find a way in which we can co-invest with our entrepreneurs into what we call businesses of the future, businesses that will not only change how people do business today and make them a lot of money, but also how they will impact the country, how they'll impact South Africa, how they'll impact the societies and the communities they come from. Because unless and until we do that, we don't think that we will be successful as a country. The initial investment, if I'm not mistaken, that we're putting in is about $100 million. And I think there's quite different ways in which it will be deployed to the program that we call Futuremakers.
So firstly, and critically, we are putting an initial investment of 100 million rand into a dedicated investment fund that will be managed on our behalf by identity partners who are a specialist in this field. That 100 million rand fund will be available to small and medium businesses who are either looking for investment capital to start up or investment capital to help grow their business. They may already have a successful business model. They now need access to capital to take them through to the next stage. Secondly, we are creating special focused areas where people can go to set up new business. We're calling these our future hubs. 2 of these have already been commissioned and 1 is already in flight. These will be areas where we can guarantee fast access and connectivity, a safe, secure space to work, a business address from which you can trade, and so on and so forth. And then we move on to creating a future-proofed open access ecosystem, what we're calling here the future-proof concept of bringing partners into what we are doing. And then finally, future source. How do we create genuine, sustainable, long-term business opportunities for the enterprises that we help set up? So Future Source is about 2 very specific things. Firstly, we pulled together a group of partners, a group of business development partners, many of whom are in the room today, that will help guide, mentor, coach these entrepreneurs. And the support that we're offering here will go right the way from some basic education and training on double-entry bookkeeping, right the way through to some complex modeling for the organizations around how to create a sustainable franchise model. And then finally, how can we find business for these organizations? Our genuine expectation is around 80% of the businesses that we create will probably find a home somewhere in our value chain. In other words, they may become resellers, they may become partners that help integrate our systems and solutions into other parts of the ecosystem that we work in, and some may be part of our supply chain. But it's part of the value chain that we're creating. So that's what Future Source is about.
I'm honored and delighted to be part of this momentous occasion. The launch of Futuremakers program must go down in history as a watershed moment for SMMEs in the ICT sector. Now, SMMEs in the ICT sectors, in my view, and the legal experience that I have in the year that I've been in office, are the kind of sector that we really need to pay great attention to. And I think that not much attention has been paid to them. And I'm speaking purely from a point of view of traveling and crisscrossing the country and traveling in communities, in the townships, and finding that you talk of ICT there, you only talk of the phone and what people can do or using the phone. But I think that ICT is way, way bigger than that, way, way bigger than that. And therefore, access to ICT for us we think it's a very, very important tool that can be used by small and medium enterprises. So as a department, we also believe that access to technology in particular would help entrepreneurs of today to be able to not only start their businesses, but also build their businesses. And when I hear that Telkom talks of dependency on technology and all, I think that this opportunity that is here today needs future makers to leverage on it.